Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Now, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and this morning we want to chat a bit about Mindful Moods, Happy Views. It's a mental health wellness event. I want to welcome Irma Bailey-Reyes, the coordinator at the Child Affairs Division, joining us on set this morning. Good morning to you, Irma.
Good morning.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Tell me, firstly, why is mental health awareness important for school children?
Well, school children, just as everyone else, experience various challenges. So being able to navigate those experiences in a very productive way is very critical. School children also have the challenge of academic development, and they are going through the various process of exams and all of these. So being able to have the skills to regulate their emotions, how they feel, is very critical at that time.
All right, so for this event, I understand that we're focusing on Standard 4 and Standard 5
Yes.
only. Why is that?
Because Standard 4 is that time where a lot of students are getting ready for the SEA exam. Standard 5s would have gone through that process, and now they are getting ready to transition to secondary school.
Yeah.
It's a critical time emotionally for them, and so we believe that it's important for them to understand what their mental health is all about and to develop some healthy mental health skills.
Is it that now we're seeing that children are more stressed by these exams than in previous years? Because, I mean, I remember when I did the exam, there was no support like this that was even remotely offered. I don't even think it was a conversation happening around that time. So is it that something has changed, or is it that we're just now more aware of the level of stress involved with it?
I think as a country, we are more aware of, the various stresses that life has as it relates to children. And so these programs, the increases in support is afforded to them at an earlier stage for prevention. And I think that's very critical.
Okay. I mean, think that from Standard 4 is early enough to do the prevention, or we need to go earlier?
Well, it happens as early as Infant 1. I know that through the Ministry of Education Student Support Services Division, a lot of support is afforded through the guidance counselors, the school social workers. But just for the month of May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we are responsible for, amplifying advocacy and really giving that level of support during this time. We want to focus on the Standard 4s and Standard 5s.
All right, so tell me a little bit more about the event itself, Mindful Moods, Happy Views.
Yes. So Mindful Moods, Happy Views, it's all about giving the children, the students, those techniques, some techniques that they can really use to regulate their emotions and behaviors as they are preparing for exams, as well as preparing for that transition to secondary school.
So will there be like activities or?
Certainly.
Yeah.
There will be several stakeholders that we are working in collaboration with. They will be doing sessions with these students, preparing them to, exercise and practice these various skill sets that they will learn at the during the activities.
And it's happening tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow.
From 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yes.
At the National Racket Center, where we're seeing it on the screen here, the National Racket Center in Tacarigua.
Yeah.
So do you need to pay anything, or do you just come and show up? Do you have to pre-register? How does it work?
Well, it's a pre-registered program, and so we would have reached out, and I must admit that we are not doing this alone. The Ministry of Education is really supporting us, and so we do have confirmation of just about 400-something students that will be coming from across the country to, really engage in mental health awareness for Standard 4s and Standard 5s.
So the Standard 5s who would have just finished the exams, they're also part
That's
of it
right.
because, of course, they have another transition ahead of them
That's
very,
right.
very soon. So tell me some of the myths that we have to debunk when it comes to mental health disorders, especially with regards to children.
I think one of the greatest myths we have to debunk is that definition of mental health. We often have it as synonymous as mental illness, and we really need to recognize that mental health is a state of well-being, whereas mental illness It's actually those clinical significant challenges that you experience. It's diagnosed by a qualified professional. So that's very critical to debunk. Another myth is that children don't experience mental health distress or issues. That is so far from the truth. Children are experiencing life just as every other person, and it is being able to cope in the most positive manner with the experiences that you're going through. And so children do experience mental health. Another one is that persons get mental health issues when they're weak. Certainly that is not true. We all experience mental health distress at any given time because we are all, integrating our feelings, our social experiences, all of the problem solving that we have to do on a daily basis. We are navigating that. So everyone can experience mental distress. I'm sure with work sometimes you feel burnout.
You don't have to tell me about that now. That's a whole other conversation altogether. But the interesting part for me in what you're saying there is I agree. Children are experiencing society, experiencing life the same way, right? As a parent, it's kind of like on-the-job training, right?
Yeah.
And you oftentimes aren't equipped with how do I deal with this young person going through these changes, going through these mental health challenges, whether it be stress-related or whatever it may be. How do we then equip the parents to be able to deal with this?
I think one of the greatest things that I can share for parents is to become aware. And that's what Mental Health Awareness Month is all about. Putting that information out there. Know what is mental health. Know what are the signs of mental distress. Because this is going to help you to now, adapt a health-seeking behavior. You're going to go out there and know what is available to you. I can share that the Office of the Prime Minister, Gender and Child Affairs just recently partnered with UNICEF and launched the youngcaribbeanminds.com, which is a website that is flooded with information for the Caribbean. It's literally designed by persons from the Caribbean, including children.
Nice.
To be able to, give that level of information on mental health, as well as on a directory of services. So parents can go on there and locate services close to them.
Remind me of the website again?
It's youngcaribbeanminds.com.
youngcaribbeanminds.com, and it's a resource that you can utilize. But are there any plans to make them in maybe bite-sized versions of it? Because I know that oftentimes a big challenge we face is getting that communication across to parents. So yes, we might have people who will go and seek the information, but what about those who don't, and they don't even know that they need to do better?
Right, and that's why we are amplifying the information sharing. So the Gender and Child Affairs, we are out into communities and we are sharing information, recognizing that we are empowering persons with the information to act. Right.
Fantastic. So it's happening tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Yes.
And it's happening at the Racquetball Center in Tacarigua.
Yes, it is.
And students of Standard 4
And
Standard 5, they can be a part of it absolutely free. They come and
Absolutely
register
free.
up there.
So no registration took place
No
at the
registration.
school.
Okay.
And so when they arrive tomorrow, it's just about being mindful and being happy.
And come with an open mind to receive all the information as
right.
well. Yeah, for both parents and students. Irma, let me thank you so very much for joining us this morning and for sharing the information, and congratulations to you and the entire team. And we look forward to seeing all the work that you continue to do for the Mental Health Awareness Month.
Thank you so much for having me.
Not a problem at all.